explain to me why there is fucking drama. Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Wow, that sounded very natural, Daniel.
Did it actually?
No.
Okay, do you want to start?
I think we should just keep going.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to
another episode of the SaVeg podcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at us finishing each other's sentences.
God damn, we've known each other too long, Rose.
A little too long.
It's getting a little too close for comfort, if you ask me. We need some separation here.
Lower
God
J's.
damn.
Oh my God, we've known each other 15 years.
God damn.
Because since we were like 19.
So we should actually celebrate when we hit the point.
The 20?
No, I was thinking when we hit the point where we've known each other for half of our lives. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, how do you know when it's going to be? What do you mean?
Because like right now, okay, we've known each other for 15 years.
Sure.
We're 34, so technically we're not. So next year, we will have known each other for 16 years, which 16,
Oh,
it will
when
be
it
32.
works out
Yes.
to be.
And
Okay.
it will happen in like...
So you do the math.
I will.
Okay.
I'll do the math. I'll figure it out, guys, and we're going to celebrate
That's cute.
the time in our lives
Yes.
where we've actually known each other for half of
How
our
does
lives.
that work? Hold on. So then we'd have to do the math. Can you do it now?
Hang on, let me think. So when we known each other for 17 years, it'll be 34. When we known each other for 18,
Wouldn't that be half?
18 is 36. So what I think when
18. Wait.
So I think when we're 36, 35,
36?
36. No, 30s. Ooh, actually I don't know, guys. It's going to be messed up.
No, not when we're 36 because we're 34 now.
So
And then that would be
3 years away.
2 years away. 36.
Yeah, right.
Whereas 18 would be 3 years away.
So it will be 37.
Okay, you do the math and you figure it out.
Okay.
And then we'll do something special. God damn.
What are we going to do?
Maybe we'll go on a trip to Thailand and Bali. But actually, that's this year.
Oh, God damn. That's going
Did
to
you
be
like my little announcement there?
I liked your little segue.
You guys, very special announcement.
Shocking.
So we are planning,
Oh, goddamn.
because Daniel's coming with me, we are planning a trip to Thailand again. Well, for me again.
Yeah.
And Bali. And we're doing it again with a company called Trova Trip, where you guys can come along with us.
You guys get to come on the vacation. We're going
I
to
didn't know how to
vacation.
announce it.
I know. We're going to go vacation together.
Yeah, so basically we're doing a trip and we're going to go with my followers or our followers and potentially you guys.
Yeah.
So we haven't announced we haven't solidified the dates yet, but it's going to be sometime in August of 2023. And it's going to be a week in Bali and a week in Thailand. I think Thailand comes first. Yes. Thailand and then Bali. You can do both or you can do one.
Or the other.
Yes, one or the other. If you want to sign up for email updates, if you're interested, we're going to leave a link in the show notes and in the description. And you guys can sign up, put your email in. That doesn't, you don't have to pay for anything now, but it'll just give you a
Updates,
notification.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll give you a notification when the trip goes live because there's obviously limited spots.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, so I did a trip like this last year. Well, I did Thailand and Vietnam last year, but I went by myself.
You did.
Uh-huh.
And you had Rose would not stop talking about how much fun she had.
Yes.
How amazing it was, and I was just like so jealous.
And then I was like, you know what? This year we're gonna bring Daniel along.
damn.
Since he is a regular guest on my channel.
I am, yes.
Cheap Lazy Vegan.
Well, the intro of this podcast is
Yes.
your favorite guest star on Cheap Lazy Vegan's
Exactly.
YouTube channel.
I mean, I
so-
can't not bring you this year.
Oh, god damn.
So we're very excited.
Pumped. I'm actually really pumped.
It basically we decided to do this today, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, sign up for email updates if you are interested. That's going to be linked below. It's going to be obviously all vegan. It's going to be like a vegan food tour in Thailand and one in Bali. It's going to be amazing.
And
So,
Rose, I have to ask you.
yeah.
I have to ask you a very personal question.
God, what is
no,
it?
it's not a personal question at all, actually. Guys, I don't even know why I set it up like that. My question to you, Rose, how freaking delicious was the vegan food in Thailand.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Oh God, I'm so excited. Like my favorite,
It was so good.
one of my favorite cuisines is
Yeah.
Thai.
Mm-hmm.
When I backpacked, I wasn't vegan. Like it was years ago.
Yeah.
And I just remember when I went through Asia, one, I didn't go to Bali. So I've never been. So that's super exciting.
It's so nice.
I'm so pumped. And then two, of all the cuisines that I had when I was like traveling and stuff, I love Thai food so much.
It's so good.
Because it's like
the best in Southeast Asia.
it's because they use like this, because I love spicy food, even though my body's very white and I can't handle it, but I love it.
Yeah.
I get the hiccups. So if you come on the trip, you'll get to experience that firsthand, how embarrassing that is for me. Great. But also it's like they use this mixture of like sweet and spicy.
Yes.
And it's just
so good.
Just beautiful
It's
together.
so good.
Oh.
We're going to eat so much. And so, yes, if you want to come along, oh my God, sign up for email updates.
That is exciting.
And then, of course, I will let you guys know once the trip is live.
Yeah.
So you heard it here, folks.
You
heard it here.
goss.
Anyway, we do have a Patreon shout out.
We do, yes.
And would you like to shout out our lovely new Patreon?
I would. And first of all, I do also want to apologize. We were meant to shout you out last episode.
But we just couldn't stop talking.
We couldn't stop talking as per usual. So we apologize to, and apologize.
By the way, if you come on a trip,
Yeah.
you better get ready for us never shutting the fuck up.
Oh yeah, that's true. Get ready for it,
It's
guys.
like a live podcast.
Yeah. It will be like a live stream.
Yes.
But you'll be there
in
with
person.
us. Yes, exactly. But yeah, anyway, we're going to give thanks to Christelle for joining our Patreon community, our
Welcome to the
Patreon family.
community.
Yes.
Guys, make sure you join our Patreon. It is patreon.com/The SaVeg Podcast. You get a bonus episode every single month, all the episodes ad-free, and all the episodes a week earlier than everyone else.
It's a great deal, and it starts at as low as $3 a month, guys.
Exactly.
And these days, you can't get nothing for $3 a month. Okay.
And I realize all our patrons are going to hear our announcement for the trip
first.
Yeah. So there you go.
So you guys, that's another benefit to being on Patreon. You guys get the exclusive gossip and the exclusive stuff a week before everyone else.
Exactly.
So you heard it here first.
There you go.
Is that what they say these days? Like you heard it here first.
Exactly.
You know?
Like literally, this is the first time I'm mentioning it.
God
so
damn.
yes. Anyway, you
well,
guys.
we literally did like.
We literally found out today.
Yeah.
And I haven't mentioned it yet anywhere else. So there you go. You guys are special.
God damn.
So today.
Okay. Public service announcement, guys. Okay. I will take full responsibility. Okay, Rose. As you guys probably know from this podcast already, I'm a little bit of a mess sometimes, and
we're both chaotic.
Yeah, lives are chaotic. Things are going on, and I did have a lot going on this weekend. Like, you know, I've turned into it was funny. I had my friend helping me do some drywall and stuff. And at one point I was like, had a little bit of paint on my hand and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I'm such a tradie. Like,
my God.
And my friend was like, "Okay, you need to stop."
You need to not.
But I'm like, I have a lot of like renovation projects going on right now. And well, actually only one, but still, I act like I have all this stuff going on.
Okay.
No, but I had a lot. Like I went to go see my one of my colleagues. Like he had like a mini housewarming, and I had like a lot going on. So
And were you painting his wall?
No, but I painted.
Okay.
I painted my wall, drywalled my wall, did some demolition. Like there's a lot going on. So long story short, guys, I haven't prepared any stories for you guys today. So I apologize.
We're gonna do some lazy content today.
We are, and we know how much people love the lazy content. Okay, for those of you that do like it, we're not talking about you. We're talking about that little person that wrote in the comment section that we are lazy. And you know what? You know one thing? You can call me whatever you want to call me, okay? But do not call me lazy.
You can call me lazy, though.
Oh, God damn. And can I call you cheap as well?
I think so. I think you can.
I always used to love, like, in London, like, when Rose was first getting started. And this still happens, but, like, I feel like it happened more in London for some reason.
It happened more, like, in the beginning. Yeah.
But I think it's because also London, it was, like, an up-and-coming community. And, like, there was a lot going on. And people would come up to Rose and be like, you're that, like, cheap, lazy girl, right? That cheap, lazy. And I'm like,
well, it's better than when people say, are you the cheap, easy?
Yeah. That cheap,
I'm
easy girl.
You mean lazy?
Yeah. That was so funny.
I bring it on to myself. It's
Yeah.
fine. Anyway, we're going to do Am I the Asshole?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to do Am I the Asshole?
So, Rose, do you mind, for those of you that are listening, maybe they haven't caught previous episodes when we did this.
So, Am I the Asshole is our episode where we go through the Reddit thread or subreddit.
Yeah.
Am I the Asshole? Which is basically a place where anyone can write in and anyone can ask the audience if they were being an asshole in a particular situation.
Ooh.
Okay. And then the audience can vote. And so we like to read these scenarios, which bring up quite interesting discussions.
They do. They are fun to do.
They are fun because then we talk about like it brings up lots of like societal problems, issues, relationship issues, and so we can put in our perspective, and then we can talk about whether or not that person was an asshole.
Well, and exactly, because we're both experts in relationships, so I think we're
and human psychology and basically everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we give pretty decent takes.
I think so. You know what? I think the way I look at it is it's like a sounding board. So like it's kind of like we give our opinion. We kind of go back and forth because sometimes we don't agree, right? Like Rose will bring a curveball, say something wild and out there like she usually does, and then we kind of like discuss it. I mean, there's no right. The nice thing is there's no right or wrong answer. It's just kind of what your opinions are and how you feel in this situation. There are some that are more black and white where it's like, okay, this person is clearly the asshole or this person is clearly not.
Yeah.
But my favorite are some of the really delusional people out there that write on there that was like, I did X, Y, Z, and it's so clear that they are the asshole and they don't think that they are. Those are my favorites.
When they're like, and then the fact that they put it out there,
I know,
for people to read,
and then they double down,
and then they think that they're in the right.
Oh God, it's so good. It's so good. It's like
I would be deleting it if I was like, oh my God, like, am I really the asshole?
One of my favorites was this lady that was like, she was like pissed off at her son's mother, so her mother-in-law. She like wanted her mother-in-law to spend more time with her kids, but they lived in like 7-hour flight from each other.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, I want her to come and see. She never comes and sees the kids, but she can't stay in my house. She has to stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh
like
my God.
this bitch. Anyway.
Okay. Shall we start?
I think we should, guys. God, I'm all hyped up now about that.
I know you're already like ready to go.
Well, it's just
here's an interesting one.
Okay.
This is very relevant to us.
It's topical. Okay.
Am I the asshole for tricking my partner into eating a vegan meal?
Okay, interesting.
So here's the deal. I, male 43, have been vegan for about a year now, and my husband, male 48, is a meat and potatoes kind of person. We love those. we love those men.
A meat and potatoes guy.
Yeah.
That's like me.
He loves his steak and bacon and generally isn't too interested in trying vegan options. However, I've been trying to get him to at least consider eating more plant-based meals for the sake of his health. I get worried for him sometimes because he is very fat and his BMI is quite high. I've been trying to cook healthy meals for him, encouraging him to exercise and getting creative with the dishes I make, but my partner just doesn't seem interested. That's why last Saturday night, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I made a delicious vegan lasagna for dinner, not mentioning to my partner that it was completely plant-based. To my surprise, my partner loved the lasagna and even asked for seconds. It wasn't until after dinner that I let it slip that the dish was vegan, and my partner was less than pleased. I defended my decision by telling them that I've been worried for their health and want them to get skinnier and be better, but my partner said it was very immature of me and I could have talked to him directly. Am I the asshole?
Well, in my initial thoughts when I hear this story, number one, I wonder if he used your vegan lasagna recipe. Number two, I think, because I've heard that, like, I feel like I've heard this before, like this type of story where it's like, ooh, I cooked vegan for my partner and didn't tell them, I think some people initially are like, oh, that's really, really bad. But the way that I look at it is it's not, it would be different if somebody didn't eat something, right? Like if
exactly.
Yeah, if somebody was like for whatever reason, for a religious reason, they didn't eat pork. Mm-hmm. So you surprise them and put pork in their dish.
Exactly. It's completely different.
It's very
different.
Different.
Giving vegan a meat option.
Exactly. Or if someone's allergic to peanuts, having peanuts in their meal. Like
exactly.
Little things like this, it's like there's some hard and fast lines, but with someone that eats meat and potatoes, which is like the most boring meal
Let
ever.
me just roll my eyes.
I know. Like, I'm sorry. Even when I used to eat meat, guys, like meat and potatoes, I'm like, there's no flavor. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it's the classic white person meal.
It is, and I hate it. God damn. But I think to myself that his partner probably eats all the stuff that he's putting into the lasagna anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're giving them a dish that
he can't eat.
He can't eat.
Oh, yeah.
Because like that. So from my perspective, I'm like, he's not the asshole. And also, he's the one doing the cooking. So like
Right.
his partner should kind of know like, hey, I'm dating a vegan. So if he's cooking something, it's probably going to be vegan and I'm going to have to be okay with that.
I guess like he never let him give him a vegan meal.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
my question is, why are you dating this man? Yeah,
do they always cook separately? Like, I don't know.
I want to know, like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, he went vegan a year ago. It's not that long ago. So I'm assuming they were dating fresh. Like, you know, before as well. But it's like, why are you dating a man that's like, he can be not vegan. I can understand that aspect, but like someone that's so adamantly against eating a vegan meal, that's, I mean, again, maybe they were dating for a long time, but I would be so turned off if like my partner couldn't even, obviously I'm vegan. this is a biased take, but you know, if my partner couldn't even like have a fucking vegan meal.
I know this is the thing that gets me, because like I would date somebody that isn't vegan. You know, I'm not like because I don't want to reduce my dating pool to myself
to like 0.
Yeah. But
it's already like, you know, it's close to there now.
God, guys, honestly. But like it would have to be somebody where there's two things. If they're cooking dinner, they have to respect the fact that I can and I will not eat meat.
Yeah.
So they have to cook something vegan, right? So that's kind of a different situation. And also respect the fact that if I'm cooking, it's going to be a vegan meal. Yeah. Now, if we go out for dinner and whatever else, like I'm not going to be like, I mean, obviously my preference is that they would be going down the same path, but like, you know, but they have to be respectful of that, you know, like, I think that's just, it's a matter of like respecting someone's choices.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like I think people look at it as like, yeah, it's just food, but also it's fundamentally what that person believes in, and all there's so much more to it. And I think it's just giving that person that level of respect. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I look at it as the same as like somebody that doesn't eat pork for religious reasons. You're not going to force them to eat pork. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to be respectful of that. And if you're cooking for them, you have to cook meals that don't have that in it, right? So this, to me, that's just my perspective. Anyway,
what I don't get, like, and what kind of like bothers me is like, he's like, oh, like I want him to eat healthy meals, so therefore I made him like a vegan meal. Just FYI, vegan doesn't necessarily mean healthy.
Yeah.
But I feel like this guy probably went plant-based for his health.
Yeah.
Which is why he's like very obsessed with like his partner being healthy. And
this is a red flag though.
What do you mean?
So just the fact
on whose part?
On his part, being like, okay, there's one thing to like promote a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I've just seen it time and time again. You can't force somebody to do something. You can't force them to change. Yeah. You know, he's like, oh, I want him to exercise. I want him to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, the only person that can do that is yourself.
Yeah,
like,
and also giving him one vegan lasagna is not going to change his habits.
If he's like eating so much food and he's like, it sounds like he's quite a big guy. He's got a high BMI, all this other stuff. Like, there's more factors here than just like the one vegan meal. And the fact that he's so adamant, God, that's such a turnoff. Like,
I know.
Like literally, like just
I think it's also I guess what he wanted to do, this is my thought process, is that maybe he wanted to like, maybe he was so not open to eating a vegan meal, so he wanted to just be like, you know, like trick him into eating a vegan meal, and then he has to be like, oh, actually that was quite good.
Yeah.
And then it like opens up his mind, because a lot of people they think it's like gross or something, and it's just so fucking stupid.
Or they think it's just gonna taste like vegetables.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, or like a salad that isn't delicious. Like, it's just gonna be like, oh, lettuce and a tomato.
Yeah, they're just like afraid to eat a vegan meal. So like maybe that was like why.
Which is crazy to me, because like, especially nowadays, it's like, it is amazing how good vegan food is now.
Like we're like almost everything that we eat. I mean, everything I eat is delicious.
Yeah.
Like I don't eat a bad meal.
Well, not everything I make is delicious, but you know, I would say like 95% of the stuff, guys. Like,
yes, like, you know, food is good.
Yeah,
you know, vegan food is fucking delicious. So I think that's maybe what he was trying to do. So like by tricking him, he wanted him to eat the vegan meal and realize it was actually pretty good. And therefore eting more vegan food.
Yeah, but I don't get, like, if he ate the lasagna, he's like, damn, this is good. And then
why
he's
is he mad?
Why is he complaining about it after? Oh, it's vegan. Oh, exactly. It's like, well, you liked it when you ate it. Like, what?
Exactly. Why does that change your perspective?
It's so dumb.
This is how stupid it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't think he's necessarily an asshole, but maybe you need a different partner.
Oh God, yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know, like maybe the values don't align. But like clearly your partner doesn't care that much about his health.
Yeah, but it's even about like a little bit of respect. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
if you're doing something like and it's not even just, this is just one example, but let's say you became really passionate about something like jogging or whatever.
Right.
You know, and then your partner gives you a hard time about it, but
Right.
it's like a respect. It's like, oh, you like jogging? Like, hey, maybe I don't want to jog with you, but I'm going to like encourage you and be a supportive partner and maybe get you some cool jogging gear or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like that level of respect for your partner.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And also, I'm so confused. Like, did he not know that he was vegan? Did you not eat the same lasagna?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like he's vegan.
Exactly.
It's a lasagna.
Yeah.
Why would you make this? This whole thing doesn't make sense.
I know, so dumb.
Why it's a lasagna? Okay, you make one lasagna. Okay, it's in a pan.
Yep.
So if I'm vegan and I'm eating the lasagna,
It's
gonna be a vegan fucking lasagna.
It would be like me coming to your house and you making like a bunch of stuff for us to eat, Rose, and then me being like, "Is this all vegan?" Like, of course it's vegan.
Someone wrote literally this. Not the asshole. He watched you eat the lasagna. Did he not? He knows you're vegan. He should have made the connection.
Yeah.
If he really cared that much. And then somebody wrote, on this note, have you been cooking him separate meals this whole time?
Yeah.
Does he ever cook his own? That's another thing. It's like, okay, you want to eat your fucking meat and potatoes? Cook it yourself, bitch.
Yeah. What a waste of time, though. Both people cooking
know.
separate
This is what
meals.
annoys
I'm just
me.
like, oh.
It's like, listen, okay, like I get that, like, okay, like people are not all vegan, like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes, like, you know, like when my friends and I gather, like a lot of times we just have a vegan meal.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can have a fucking vegan meal, even if you're not vegan. Newsflash. When I go to my parents' house, they'll make a vegan meal and they'll all eat vegan with me. How are your parents? Do they eat vegan with you?
Yeah.
See?
So, for example, this Christmas, guys, I was shocked because this was the first Christmas where...
It was a fully vegan meal.
Well, no.
Oh.
Actually...
Almost fully vegan meal.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, so me, well, if you think about it, you guys wouldn't know this, but like me and my brother have not been home for Christmas together for like, I don't know, I want to say like 8 years.
Holy.
Like a really long time, because I was gone, he was gone.
Right.
Like this is the first time in years that we've been together as a family, and I'm shocked that my parents, like I just assumed, because the last Christmas it was just me and my parents, so we had a vegan meal, which, you know, but like I assumed this Christmas my parents were going to do, like, we usually have this like vegan, it's like this vegan loaf.
Like a roast.
Yeah, it's like a roast.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of like fake, obviously it's fake turkey with like cranberry and stuffing inside, and it's so fucking good. Even my dad, who's like a big,
I need to know this brand.
yeah, you should. It's called I'll find it.
Okay.
But anyway, short story long. My brother, I just figured, okay, they're probably gonna still cook the roast for me, but they'll probably do like a small chicken or something for like my brother and the rest of the family. No, we just all had that roast.
Yeah, and they loved it.
And it was so good. Even my brother was like, this is so good. And then the rest of it, we had like, obviously the roast comes with vegan gravy.
Oh,
so like,
so good.
It's so delicious. So we had vegan gravy and then we had vegetables.
Yes.
So I was like, and it was such a good meal.
It's
all
easy.
of us.
You don't have to cook 2 fucking meals.
Exactly. Well, and that's part of the reason I think my parents did it, is they don't want to cook so much, right?
Which is why I don't get it. It's like, I'm sorry. If I'm cooking, you're right. Like if we're eating out, you can get whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
But if I'm cooking for you, bitch, it's going to be vegan.
Exactly. Well, and
I'm not cooking meat and potatoes for you.
Yeah, and I just don't get what the big deal is. It's funny because one of my coworkers, him and his wife, they have like a couple nights a week they do vegan dinner.
See, that's nice.
Yeah, and he like always, it's so funny. He'll always like, whenever I see a text message come from him and it will be like a picture. Yeah, and I'll be like, oh, he's having a vegan dinner, and it'll be like winner vegan dinner.
Aw,
I was like,
that's cute.
And then they hosted actually a couple of us over the weekend,
Right.
And my colleague's wife cooked an amazing vegan feast for us all, and to top it off, baked from scratch
Oh my God.
a vegan chocolate cake.
That is next level.
I know. I was like, this is like epic, and everything, and I was the only vegan there.
Yeah. And they
And
didn't
it
make a
was-
separate vegan cake.
Nope. Nobody complained. Everybody loved all the food.
Yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
I don't get it.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You guys can still like, that couple, like
Yeah.
they're probably going to have like, maybe they'll have steak tonight. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. They're not like the kind of, they're like, and you know, the interesting thing is they do the vegan night a couple nights a week.
Yeah, which is nice.
Because they don't want to eat meat every day.
Exactly.
And actually, like, I look back to like this whole idea and concept of us eating meat as much as we are.
Yeah.
It's like a new thing. Cause like my grandparents' generation, like they used the whole concept or the whole thing of having a Sunday roast
Right.
was because that was the only day that they ate meat, basically. Cause it was
Right.
expensive.
Right.
Especially like during the war times and stuff.
Sure.
It's like the rest of the time, it's like they were eating a lot of like just, you know,
Sure.
plant-based meals.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there was some dairy in there and whatever
Sure,
else,
yeah.
but like actual meat,
It's a new concept.
Yeah.
Totally. Like
And-
even, everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like a new thing. It's like, it's not normal to eat this much meat. And
No.
that's the major like issue. That's the major reason why we have such problems. Like if we all ate like a small amount of meat,
Yeah.
like it, or, you know, obviously I still am against eating meat.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
like it would still fix like a lot of problems.
It's
It's
just like it's just this idea or concept that you have to have it breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
like,
And
it's insane
and
how
it's-
much meat we eat.
And even looking back at my own life, because
Yeah.
I bought into that,
every,
right? Like,
every meal. Me too.
and I was like, oh well, a meal needs to have, because we're taught when we grow up.
Some kind of animal product.
Exactly. And I'm like, that is just the amount of like fats and like all this
Yeah.
shit that we put in our
Yeah.
body from that, like the growth hormones, like everything, like we just ate so much meat. Like even as a kid, like Lunchables and everything was meat.
Everything was meat.
Like,
Everything was meat and cheese and egg.
yeah.
Ugh.
Shocking.
Anyway, so what else did people write? Let's see. Oh God, there's a lot of. Oh, somebody said you're the asshole. Of course,
Of
I
course.
knew.
There's always one.
Yes.
Let's
Well,
hear
no,
let's
I
hear
knew
the
with this
reasoning.
post because it was about vegans. There's gonna be people that are saying shit like this.
They're gonna be like the militant
So it says-
vegans back at it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to trick us all.
Yeah. And then he said, not for tricking him into eating a vegan meal. Non-vegans don't need dairy and meat in every meal. And it's weird and immature to be offended by the idea of eating and enjoying a vegan lasagna. Okay, so he said that.
Yeah.
He said, you're the asshole for your approach to his health and weight. Eating vegan food doesn't make him thinner or healthier necessarily. That's true.
That's
I
a good
agree with
point.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And you can't trick or force anyone into getting thinner or healthier. He's an adult and he's right. You should have talked to him directly, and tricking anyone into eating anything is pretty immature. Treat your partner like an adult and have a serious conversation about his weight, or leave him in his diet alone. True.
Yeah.
That part's true. That's true. Like the way he went about, tricking his partner is fucking weird.
Yeah, but I mean, how much of it was a trick? If like, I think that you really have to think about, like, if I'm making something for my partner and
Well, clearly he didn't like put the two and two together.
and I'm eating it with you, it's a fucking vegan meal. Like,
Right.
this is what I don't understand. Like,
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't really get it either.
Yeah. God damn.
And then some people said, I disagree with this unless that's something. I don't know. It's,
But that kind of that comment does tie into mine. Is like, you can't change your partner, right? Like, if you have an issue with their diet and things like that, have a grown up conversation with them. Like, at the end of the day, though, if someone's like really unhealthy, they're not exercising, ultimately you can talk to them as much as you want, you can encourage them,
Yeah.
but really the only person that can fully make that
Yeah.
change is that person.
Yeah.
And I've seen it time and time again, and it's like, it is frustrating because I've been in these situations
Yeah.
personally where somebody in my life is really not making healthy choices.
Yeah.
And it is beyond frustrating because I'm like,
frustrating.
there's this thing, like, you can take the horse to the water, or
you
there's
can't make them
but you
drink
can't
it or
make them
something.
drink. So you
Yeah.
can like definitely encourage and try to do that in a positive way without being like naggy and stuff. But ultimately, if that person doesn't want to make that change,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do
They're
about
not a
it.
child. You can't force
Exactly.
them. So
Exactly.
somebody wrote, finding this hard to believe because if you're vegan and your partner knows, so everyone's wondering the same
Yeah.
thing. The partner knows you are vegan. Wouldn't he also know that the meal the two of you are eating is vegan? And then somebody, actually, I guess the original poster commented something. He didn't ask what was in it because I usually make two separate meals, which I enjoy doing.
Oh my God.
Do you
Why?
really? Anyway, he said, I tried to make the lasagna meal for both of us on Saturday night. He asked what was in it, and I lied and said I was tired, so I decided to just make one meal. So I guess he just fed it to him.
Yeah. But then also, I'm like, why are you cooking two meals? Like, I can barely cook one meal for myself.
Yeah.
Let alone two meals. Like, two. No.
And also, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't lie.
Yeah. But also, there's like, what's the
But
big
also,
deal?
why are you making two meals?
I know. That's
And
just
also,
like,
are you really vegan? Because I would not be cooking fucking meat for anybody. I'm sorry. If you want to eat meat,
you make it yourself.
you make it yourself.
That's like-
Otherwise, you can eat my vegan shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, when I was at my parents and stuff, when I was living there, I would like cook stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, you know what? I'm making a stir fry.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. And my dad would. Sometimes he'd like get a separate frying pan and like
Yeah.
cook up some beef for himself.
Sure.
But I'm like, I'm not cooking it. Like, I'll make this
Yes.
delicious dish for you. If you guys want anything else on top of it, you're on your
Yeah,
own.
Exactly.
You know?
You do it yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cook up your meat.
Exactly.
Ugh, okay, you pick one.
Oh, god damn, roses.
God damn.
God damn. Oh, there's some good ones on here. This is a weird one.
Okay.
I'm going to go for this one, actually. Am I the asshole for not bringing a cake to a wedding I was uninvited from?
Interesting.
Okay. This is a.
Is it a long one?
No, it's a short one.
Okay.
It was gonna say my best friend, but it says my ex best friend in brackets. Oh God, there's gonna be some juice here, guys. My ex best friend got married this Saturday. I was supposed to be the maid of honor, but she removed me from the wedding over a dispute regarding my makeup, hair, and disinterest in the wedding. She uninvited me from the wedding after I told friends my side of the story. I was responsible for the cake at the wedding, but canceled the order because I was uninvited and wanted to be reimbursed for all of my investments in this wedding. I told the bride I wasn't going to bring the cake for them. The new maid of honor went to pick up the cake and learned that I had canceled the order. They were able to get another cake, but apparently it wasn't as nice. The bride, groom, and my sister who attended told me that it was unfair to cancel the cake. My sister thinks I should have let them enjoy their special day and then later discussed getting my money back. The bride refers to the cake as a gift and claims that a gift cannot be returned. The groom says the groom just agrees with literally anything his precious wife says. I feel like this is like missing.
Is there anything else?
No.
That's it? Okay, wait, there must be more comments later.
Yeah.
But, well, what happened? I need to know what happened.
Yeah, because there seems to be some drama. So yeah, I do feel.
Let's see if we can find more information.
Because it seems very.
I feel like the poster conveniently left out
a lot.
Some details here.
Yeah.
Because why was she uninvited? That's a big reason. We got to know.
Original post has stated in comments she works a job where she's on call and is expected to drop whatever she's doing to come to work, and she had to leave some of the wedding rehearsals as she was called into work. She had made it very clear it wasn't going to happen at the wedding, but according to original post comments, the bride declared the original post was uninterested in the wedding as she wasn't prepared to get fired from her job by refusing to come into work when called in when she was on call. The hair and makeup argument is because the original poster, the lady had asked the bride if she could have a different hairstyle to the one the bride asked her to have, as she didn't like the hairstyle the bride wanted her to have, and it developed into a full-blown row in which the bride declared her as uninterested in the wedding and again for going into work, like I previously mentioned.
Oh my God. People ruining friendships over a motherfucking day.
Oh my God, I know. And what is wrong? I am not kidding you guys. I honestly, I have to take a moment. Okay, I have to take a moment, take a breath.
Are you ready to do a rant?
Oh, I haven't done a rant for a while, have I? Actually, no, I do them all the time. So, but what? Can someone please, someone in the comment section, someone send me something, but explain to me why there is fucking drama at basically every single motherfucking wedding. I don't understand.
I know. It's like people want to be miserable.
I shit you not.
Every wedding. I
know. I've been to so many weddings, okay? And the ones that I've been to where there wasn't drama, I feel like it's maybe I wasn't close enough to the bride and the party that was going on.
Oh, when you're part of the bridal party or the groomsmen or whatever, there's always some level of drama.
It just like blows my mind because I'm just like, okay, it is a special day and I understand that, but also like you have to have some like flexibility and reality in your mind, like this expectation of like everyone dropping everything and doing everything. It's like people will do that for your day and whatever else, but like I don't know, or like changing up hairstyles and things like that. I'm just like, these are such minute little things. Yeah. Like, why the fuck are you caring about this stuff? Like,
why do you want to ruin your entire friendship?
I know, like, it's crazy. Obviously, like, honestly, if they're ruining friendships over this kind of really petty bullshit,
they probably shouldn't have been friends in the first place.
I'm like, well, like, what's going on? But like, please, somebody tell me why? Why?
People think it's like the most special day. And the problem is, it's like, it is, of course, it's a special day. But at the same time, it's like, you have to realize that nobody cares about the day as much as you do. Right? Like, you're the only one that cares as much as maybe you and your parents. Okay. Your friends are there. Of course they care and they want to be there, but they're not going to drop everything.
Exactly.
And you can't expect them to drop everything.
But people do.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, and then also this hairstyle thing. It's like, and also this obsession with bridesmaids looking exactly the same is weird too.
The whole thing.
The whole bridesmaid thing. It's like, okay, you got to buy the same dresses. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, then let people have a little bit of flexibility on like maybe I don't even like the whole concept of same dresses. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you should be forcing people to buy the same dress. Like maybe similar color, like same color, but different styles.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's what, like when I was a bridesmaid, that's what we did. I think we had different styles.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then to have the same hairstyle too.
This is why, guys.
Like that I would be pissed. I'd be
Yeah.
like, wait, well, if it doesn't look good on me, I don't want to have that hairstyle. What the fuck?
So I've already decided, guys, because of
When you're a bridesmaid, what's gonna happen, Daniel?
no, when I'm gonna be a bridezilla when I'm a bride. No, I'm just kidding. Like I think to myself, like that because of all this, and I'm not kidding, guys. Not just this post, not other posts we've read, because we've had a lot of wedding. Am I the assholes? We have. Go look at
People
the
go crazy.
look at the archives. But like I've been to, I couldn't count. I've been
like
to
10
probably
weddings.
Yeah, I've probably been to more than 10 weddings easily.
Really?
Easily.
That
Oh yeah,
many?
yeah,
Okay.
like family, like close family,
Sure.
and like other extended family, friends. Like I've been to
How many of them ended in
divorce.
yeah. Do you know?
Well, off the top of my head, hang on.
More than one.
More than one. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
Continue.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Was
know
there drama at those weddings? You don't
there's
know.
drama at every wedding. Like literally, there's
Well, there's different levels of drama.
exactly, and I think again, a handful of weddings I've been to where there wasn't drama. In the back of my mind, I'm like,
What's going on in the
what's
back?
going on behind the scenes? You know, because there's always drama. But anyway,
Yeah.
like for me personally, because of all this, and because of what I've heard for a number of reasons, all the drama, because it's not even just the bridal party. Sometimes it's like the parents,
Yeah.
the,
Oh
like,
yeah.
the-
Easily.
the-
In-laws. Your
the friends,
Yeah. Your
the-
relatives.
everybody all of a sudden is
So and so
entitled to
didn't get invited.
exactly. It's just such bullshit. So I've already decided, one, financially, but two, because of all this bullshit.
Oh, financially too. It's
Yeah.
so expensive.
I'm gonna basically, my partner's better agree to this. So
Well, we'll see.
yeah, we're gonna elope. That's my plan, because I think it'll be really fun. I think going somewhere beautiful, like I'd love to go to Portugal, go there for like a week or two just with your partner, enjoy it, get some really awesome like pictures there because it's beautiful there. Have the ceremony, you know, obviously, you know, pay for some like witness or whatever that is, and then when I come back here, I'll have like a just like a dinner party or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like something really low key, very casual. And then that way there's no, I feel like that leaves very little room for drama.
Yeah.
There might still be some, but I feel like it's a little bit better.
Yes.
I love,
I will tell your future husband very early on in the relationship.
Please do.
I will warn him.
please do. Like if you're,
What if he wants like a big fancy
Oh,
wedding?
God.
Invites like 300 people.
I feel like the kind of guy that I would date wouldn't want that though. Because I feel like I'm
know.
going to date a really chill person. Like they're very like, just kind of like go with the flow.
You'll have to date a
I know, because I'm the extra one in the relationship.
You need to date like a calming individual.
I need a calming influence in my life, guys.
Yes.
If you know of any
a
calming,
more like introverted character.
yeah, just kind of chill, just kind of go with the flow
so
kind of
like
guy.
someone that listens a lot.
Yeah, a really good listener. Doesn't talk that much. You know, likes my opinions. I love some of these comments.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what are the? Okay. So basically, wait. Is she an asshole?
No.
Yeah, I don't think she's an asshole either.
Because-
we don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think that they're both a little bit of drama queens. It
They're a
sounds
little
like.
dramatic.
But I'm telling you right now, like if I'm disinvited from a wedding,
Oh yeah, I'm canceling the fucking cake.
I'm not paying for your cake. I'm not sending you gifts. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, you've uninvited me. Great. Like, I'm not going to hold animosity. I'll be a little bit pissed, but I'm going to be like, okay, cool. You handle your wedding.
That's your maid of honor, though. You couldn't sit down and have a fucking conversation.
This is what I mean. Like this is someone
how
that's supposed to be
close
your best
are you?
friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, listen, I get that there can be drama. Like, I totally
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
But it's like, have a fucking phone call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have it. Like, I'm sorry if your friendship is falling apart because of a hairstyle
Yeah.
at your fucking wedding. You can't even talk about it,
Yeah.
and because your friend has to go to work and can't attend every single wedding rehearsal. Like, I'm sorry. You guys had other issues.
Or
You know what I
can-
mean?
Yeah, exactly. You can have a conversation and like maybe you can be like, oh, listen, maybe maid of honor is too much because of
Yeah.
your job and like you're on call.
Exactly.
Maybe you can just attend and not be maid of honor. You could have
Yeah.
had that conversation, but instead, both people, I do feel like both of them were probably immature.
I think they're both
but
immature.
Both decided to just like
Yeah.
end the friendship.
Yeah.
And then she canceled the cake. I mean, if somebody uninvited me to the wedding and we couldn't even have a conversation about it, I would
Yeah.
also cancel the fucking cake.
I mean,
Wedding
yeah.
cakes are expensive.
Yeah, they're like a lot of money.
I'm not paying fucking hundreds or thousands of dollars for
Exactly.
a cake that that I can't even touch.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to the fucking wedding.
I would have done one of the two things. I would have canceled the cake, or I would have contacted who the new bridesmaid maid of honor was.
Transfer me the money.
Exactly. I'd be like, hey, sorry. So obviously I'm not in the wedding as per you probably have been informed. So if you could please transfer me the like $1,600 or however much the wedding cake is, because it's probably $2,000 or I don't even know.
They're expensive.
Yeah. Send me the money and you can order it. Otherwise I'm canceling it.
Yeah. That's probably what she should have done.
That's what she should have done. Like that when like that
like wedding cakes, like you have to order it in advance.
Yeah.
And it's obviously a bit of a hassle.
So I get it. I would have given them like not an ultimatum, but I would have said that. I would have been like, hey, the wedding cake's this much. If I don't have these funds in my account by tomorrow, e-transfer me, do whatever you need to do.
Contacted the bride and just said that.
Exactly.
She's a minor asshole.
Yeah, I would agree with that. She's a minor asshole because you're right.
You could have had a conversation.
Yeah,
there's grown ass people.
Exactly. There's a lot of planning that goes into the wedding cakes and all that kind of stuff.
God, people are just fucking babies.
Oh my God,
I just
know.
thought because like the previous Am I the Asshole post, they were like 40 something years old.
Yeah.
Imagine being 40 something and having to trick your partner into eating a certain meal, and then your partner having a fit because it was a vegan meal. Oh my God.
This is why I'm single. Because I refuse, guys,
to deal with this
I refuse to deal with this kind of stuff. Like
I'd like to believe that there are better people out there.
Yeah. I mean, Am I the Asshole's not giving me hope, but some of the comments are quite good though.
Okay.
People are getting out of hand with wedding planning. Agreed. There's the engagement party, all the dress fittings, the cost, the wedding showers, the bachelorette party.
How many like rehearsals were there?
Like
that's
7.
another thing. Like you should have one rehearsal. That's fucking it. Okay. I've been part of weddings. Okay. I've been an MC at weddings. I don't even go to the fucking, like, there's no rehearsal. I just go and just fucking wing it.
I know. This is the thing too. It's like that expectation that everyone's going to also spend thousands of dollars on your wedding.
Oh God. That's so annoying.
Like there was a situation where a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, they were having a bachelorette party and one person was like, oh, I don't want to pay the price of the bachelorette party.
Which they're expensive.
They're expensive, blah, 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 blah. And this one was like a more low-key bachelorette party. That same person that didn't want to pay is now having this fucking bougie ass fucking bachelorette party expecting everyone to pay. And I'm like, are you for real?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is it the same friend group? So as in like the bachelor, the person so it's the same friend group.
Yeah. Good, hey?
Oh my God.
But this is where I sometimes think people are delusional because if I was like, if you were doing something, Rose, and it was like, I was like, let's say it costs like $600.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh shit, like I can't do that. It's too expensive. And then like later I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm doing this $4,000 thing if you want to come. It's kind of like, what?
Yeah, you didn't come to my bachelor party.
Yeah, you couldn't fork out the $600 for mine, but you want me to pay $2,000 for yours? Fuck off.
Because they know that like usually the bridal party pays for the bride.
That's exactly what it is.
God, that's so
people are
icky.
disgusting.
That's icky.
Like it's become this like crazy.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
It's become this crazy spectacle almost, right?
Yeah.
Say yes to the dress. Get the bougiest this. Get the bougiest that. Oh,
God damn, Daniel, say how you really feel.
I know. Honestly, guys, as you can tell, and
you're not a fan of weddings.
No, but I do enjoy going.
Do you want to be part of my bridal party, Daniel?
Do not ask. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do.
I want you to be my maid of honor.
Oh, God damn.
I'll send you an invite next week.
How much it costs? No. No,
but then you'd have to plan the bachelorette party.
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes.
It is, yeah. Usually that's how it goes. But like,
the weddings are weird, man.
I know there's all these rules and like,
I know, and nobody understands the rules. Everyone nobody knows how much money to give as well. And then there's a lot of people have different opinions about
the money. That's a big point of contention. My rule of thumb now, like if the wedding is in Calgary and it's a friend here, then I'll get a wedding gift or I'll give money. But if I'm going to like,
you don't give a gift.
If it's international, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like because for example, when I was
you're already flying there.
Exactly. When I was living in the UK, I had to come back to Calgary for a bunch of weddings. I didn't get gifts for those weddings because I'm paying like not $4,000. I'm paying like $1,500 for a flight.
Right. Oh yeah.
Just to come for their wedding. Yeah. So I was like,
that's true.
Obviously, I would come here and stay for 3 weeks or whatever to see everyone else.
Sure.
But I might not have come if it wasn't for the wedding.
Right.
And like I have an upcoming wedding in Australia in October, and I'm probably not going to get a wedding gift because it's going to cost me like $2,000 to get there.
That's true. It's
you know
like
what I mean?
Lot.
Yeah.
And like nobody should expect any money. I hate this. I know we've probably talked about this before.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, of course, like it's nice to give the gift, and I always do. Like, but I like your little rule of thumb. Like,
yeah.
okay,
I think that's
that
honestly,
makes sense.
I think that's a fair rule.
Yeah, I never even thought about that
Yeah.
actually.
Like if I'm going to a wedding here in Calgary,
right.
fine. You know, I'm not really having to pay to do anything. You know what I mean? Like I'm I'll put
Yeah.
some money in an envelope.
But people say like, oh, you should like pay for your plate or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't agree. I think
Yeah.
if you have a wedding, technically, like sure, again, it's good to give the gift, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't agree that you have to pay for your plate. It's like you're having the party.
Yeah.
You want to get married.
Yeah.
You invited me. I shouldn't have to pay for anything, really.
But this is it.
If
right?
I give a gift, that's nice of me.
Exactly.
But it shouldn't be expected.
Yeah.
But it's like it's this whole weird thing where it's like, you know, they just like expect, like people have weddings just to get that, I think sometimes, you know.
It's wild to me. And then, you know, a lot of them end in divorce. And I do agree. We did talk about this before on the podcast, guys. And sorry if we're like being a broken record, but like how there's so many societal celebrations surrounded around the nuclear family, right? Because that's kind of like what we grew up on. It's what was and still to very much kind of is the deeming of success. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's the only way.
Exactly. You get married, you have kids. So then there's all these things attached to that. But then on the other side,
it's like we're not married, so we're incomplete.
Exactly. And then on the other side, it's like people like us, for example, like, you know, I might not ever get married. That's not a big deal. But like, that means I'm going to miss out, if you will, on having that big day celebration, on having people shower me with gifts and affection, you know?
Yeah, I
so
know.
I'm
We
like,
don't get that.
Exactly. I'm
it's
like,
don't we deserve it more as single people?
Exactly. I'm like, I'm alone. If anything, people should be showering me. I'm by myself.
That's so true.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck you. You have a partner. You guys can get each other gifts.
Yes.
No one's buying me gifts except myself.
Gifts. I think, you know what? We should just marry ourselves.
I know.
In Japan, they have this thing where you like marry yourself.
Oh my God. Or you can marry like a robot.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if you actually marry yourself, but like you have like a wedding. So it's like for people that always wanted a wedding, but like they don't have a partner.
Yeah.
And so you get like dressed up in like the wedding gown.
We need to normalize this. I think, you know, give it another
and at the end of the day,
couple of
it's
years.
all just a spectacle anyway.
It is.
It doesn't really mean anything.
But it would be nice. Like, again, it's like we don't get those validations in society.
Yeah, because we're not supposed to be like we haven't reached that level yet. Daniel.
Well, it's because we haven't found anyone that completes us.
Exactly.
Because we're incomplete. I'm like, bitch. This is something that we should not have like promoted at all, though. Like this whole idea, this concept of like my other half, or not necessarily my other half, but the concept like that you need somebody to complete you,
right?
I feel like it's a really dangerous way to look at a relationship, because then you're saying if you don't have somebody, you're incomplete, and then also it can trap you in a relationship, because it's like
it always does.
Without this person, I'm incomplete. You know what I mean? I can't be by myself because I need this person to complete me, and that shouldn't be how you look at your relationship. I feel like it should be somebody that adds to your life. And this is just my perspective, right? And this is probably why I'm still single. But
like
you know,
both of us.
yeah, I'm like, I kind of want that. I don't need somebody that's going to complete me, because my life is already complete.
Yes, like
and
your life should be complete.
Exactly. Like
I know.
Anyway, well, that was a fucking tangent. I love these. Honestly, Emma the Asshole are so topical, though. Like, honestly, they have so many.
I know they have so
societal,
many meanings.
Yeah.
And another thing is that, you know, I swear, the bigger the wedding, the shittier the marriage.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I think it's true.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes it's like, not always, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes these couples that clearly are not happy feel this need to overcompensate
Big
and
show.
have this show of like, oh my God, it's like people that post like really lovey-dovey shit on, you know, Instagram and stuff,
and then break up like a week later.
Exactly.
Like, I never saw it coming. They look so happy on social media.
We all think they look so happy, but it's like, I feel like people that are, you know, more likely to try to show off their relationship are trying to convince themselves or trying to like overcompensate for something that's lacking in the relationship.
Or they have a kid. You know, because what is going to make a horrible relationship even better? Let's add a kid in there, because that's not stressful at all. Like, Rose actually recommended a really good show to me, or a movie, guys, and I watched
talk about it all the time.
I know. I watched it a while ago. It was called The Lobster.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
The Lobster, right?
Yeah, The Lobster.
The Lobster, and it was like this whole idea of like, you need to find somebody in this like society, otherwise they'll like turn you into an animal or whatever. And
like you have to. So basically, it's illegal to be single.
Yes. Yeah.
And then so it's like it's kind of like a dark comedy, kind of.
It is, and it's a parody
on
life.
It's very dark. Yeah, it's a parody. It's like a dystopian future where basically, it's like this society doesn't allow you to be single.
Yeah.
So once you become single, you have to go to this like hotel.
Yeah, but my favorite, there's this scene. Oh my God. It's so good where he's like talking to his friend who's with this woman. And he was like, you know, you could just tell their relationship is so rocky.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so, our relationship's going so great. And, they thought it would bring us even closer by bringing this child in or whatever. And I was just like, and you could tell that they were like fighting so much about this. I was like, oh my God. Because it's what people do in society, though. It's real life. Like I actually, I'm not saying any names, but I know of people that were in bad marriages where one or both partners were like, we should bring a child into this, because they ended up getting divorced and not having kids. Thank God.
Oh my God.
But they were like,
what is the logic?
They were discussing having a child because they think it's going to bring them closer together.
Oh my God. It's literally...
Like, I'm like, who are these people?
I will never understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I will never understand.
Like, have a child if you want to have a child. Like, that's great. But do not have a child to repair your relationship.
Yes. If anything, it'll make it worse.
Exactly.
And it usually does.
Lack of sleep, extra stress. You think that's going to make you
more
closer?
money? Like, it's expensive. People are insane.
I know, I could never. But
anyway, you guys need to watch The Lobster. It's a very good movie.
But I think that whole concept of the nuclear family and everything, because it's in all of the media that we're exposed to, that's why people think that. That's why they're like, well, let's just have a child.
That's what we aspire to be, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like, unless you have a child and you're married, you're not seen as like, again, complete. You're not seen as like, successful, That's like the last thing that you need. You need to have children. Yeah. That's like what people expect. So because people think children complete your life, maybe that's why they think, maybe we need a child to complete this relationship.
Yeah.
People are fucking insane.
They're crazy.
Okay.
Craziest.
One more Am I the Asshole? Because we were apparently going off on many tangents today. Okay. I got to pick a good one.
That wasn't a good one?
No, that was a good one.
I know.
Okay, so am I the asshole for inserting myself into a married couple's financial life?
Oh, speaking of another stressor in a relationship, finances.
One of the biggest
stressors. Number one, apparently it's the number one reason for divorce.
God damn, really?
It's financial stress. Yeah.
Shit, really?
But it makes sense. It does make sense. Okay, so I'm friends with a married couple, Grace and Michael. Grace and I went out to drink a few days ago, just the two of us. We talked a bit about inflation and finances, and she confessed to me that she barely has money and it makes her very vulnerable. Yeah. Turns out they mostly live off her income, and Michael, who makes over 2.5 times as much as Grace, puts almost all of his income into savings. He also asks Grace to transfer any of her bonuses or extra money into that savings account. What?
Ding, ding, ding. Red flag.
Yeah.
The problem is that Grace has no access to that account. Who are these people? Okay. She told me that she asked for it in the past, but Michael just said she already has access to their shared checking account that is strictly for their monthly expenses, so it's fine.
No, it's not.
It's not fine at all. Grace told me that she feels like she should have access to that account too. You think?
Yeah, you should.
Or at least have a little extra in her personal account, so if anything happens to Michael, she doesn't have to wait months to access the money. That's not the only reason, but okay.
Yeah.
She told this to Michael too, but he dismissed her and said nothing will happen to him.
Okay, that's first of all fucked.
Wait, let's keep going.
Okay.
We have a lot to say already. I told Grace that this was really not okay and she should demand access to that account.
Yeah.
It's her money too, and it's not right that only Michael has access to it. I was very strong about this and made her promise that she will make Michael give access to her. She seemed very relieved that I agree with her and find her concerns more than reasonable. Now onto the problem. Currently, Michael is throwing a fit at me for inserting myself into their financial life, saying it's none of my business. He says that over 85% of the money was put into the savings account by him, and whatever Grace put there was just to compensate for the things Michael paid for a loan in the past. Yes, he's right, and it's none of my business. Yes, he's right, and it's none of my business, but my close friend came to me saying she feels vulnerable because at 30 years old, she has only about 500 euros in her name, despite having a well-paying job. Of course, I will tell her this isn't right and encourage her to stand up for herself. But since I'm friends with Michael too, I don't know. Am I the asshole?
Not the asshole. And like, okay.
Sounds like an abusive fucking relationship.
Oh my God. Before we go into it though, Rose, do you just mind e-transferring me into my savings account? I'm not going to give you access though, but like you can just like keep putting money in there.
Yeah.
And don't worry, nothing's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
But it's
sure,
fine.
Daniel.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. What the fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Because I'm like, okay, you know, he's like, oh, well, I've put 85% of the money in there. Great. Okay, then transfer her back her 15%.
Yes.
She can open up her own savings account, and that's the problem solved.
Yes.
But also,
or you have you're a married couple, you have a joint savings account.
Yeah.
Both of you should have access. Maybe both of you put in the same amount.
Exactly.
Why is she transferring it to your account?
it doesn't make any sense. It's so fucked up because I'm
so many red flags.
So many. I'm like, honestly, like, I don't know, maybe this is just my mentality, the way that I think, whatever. But like, again, I think, and a lot of my friends that are married couples do this.
Oh, brought up another good societal talking point. Separate accounts or no?
Exactly. But this is it. Nowadays, especially nowadays, I think when back in the olden days, it's different. Now, when we're faced with the fact that, you know, the stats are there. 50% of marriages end in divorce. There's a lot of shit that can happen in life. It is so, so, so important that you take care of yourself because you're number one at the end of the day. And there's nothing wrong with having a joint savings account. But like to Rose's point, maybe you guys have your joint checking account for all your bills and everything else. You have your joint savings account, which is something that, you know, you guys are saving together to do something, you know, something like this. But also you have your separate. And that's something that's yours. That's something that your partner doesn't touch. And that way you don't have to ask for money when you want to buy things. You don't have to dip into your joint savings account unless that's a discussion that you guys have. I would never, ever transfer my money into my partner's savings account that I do not have access to.
Okay.
Who are these people?
I don't want to victim blame, but like, what are you thinking?
Exactly. Like, I mean, I don't want to victim blame either, but I'm like, you're a smart woman. You have a good job from the sounds of it. Why are you transferring your money into someone else's account?
Why are you paying for all the bills?
I don't.
This is crazy.
No wonder he has 85% of the total saved there because he doesn't pay for anything.
He's not paying any bills. You're covering the bills.
Yeah.
You're broke. And you're sending him the rest of the money.
Well,
sounds like a fucking Tinder swindler.
It sounds like
situation.
exactly. And the best part is he makes more money than she does. Not that even, I mean, it matters in this situation because he is literally taking advantage of this person.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how you can see it any other way.
It sounds like he's like swindling.
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, oh yeah, they're married. So that doesn't prevent him from like just leaving and walking away with everything.
Yes.
Like, yeah, okay, she can take him to court and sue him, which costs money.
Yes.
Which she doesn't have. And then on top of it, she might not even get it anyway. He might just siphon it into offshore accounts or something.
Oh my God. I cannot believe this.
I'm just like shocked. I am like actually shocked because again, we're not in this marriage. We don't know what's going on, but like
why in what world did you sit down and think
this was a good idea?
Like, was there a conversation? Like, I'm sorry. Can you imagine like your partner is like, so how about this? You pay for all the bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to save all my money.
Yep.
And then you're going to send me the rest of the money that you have into my savings account that you don't have access to.
It's crazy to me. It's actually crazy.
This is insane.
By the way, Rose, I'm hoping to move in here. I'm not going to pay. You're going to continue paying all the bills, okay? And then whatever's left over, can you just put it into my savings account?
God.
I'm actually in shock. I want to hear the comments because this is wild.
Somebody wrote, not the asshole. You are warning a friend that it sounds like she's a victim of financial abuse.
Yes.
He's demanding all her pay be shared while sharing none of his. He's trying to make sure she has no funds to which she can use to separate. That's another thing. It's a form of control, right?
It is.
When you don't allow your partner to have any money at all, that's a means of controlling them and making sure that they never leave.
Yeah.
Because like she doesn't have money to leave him.
Exactly.
So anyways, he's trying to make sure she has no funds to which she can use to separate their lives, and he can claim all the money was like as his. She needed a huge wake up call. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just mad you've shown her his true colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then blah, blah, blah. Like,
it's just so sad that people are in these situations because
I know.
I just don't know what he said to her to justify that.
I don't know.
Because like
it's
that,
crazy.
I'm at a loss for words, which doesn't happen often, you know?
Oh my God. Somebody wrote.
Not the asshole.
No, someone wrote, to me, there are 3 likely scenarios. 1, the account is virtually empty. He has a massive spending/gambling problem. Very possible.
True.
Number 2, the account is being used for additional purposes she's not aware of, such as illegal acts or a long-term affair. Very true, potentially.
Ooh, that could be it as well. Yeah.
3, the account is much larger than she thinks, and he's thinking that if they divorce, he can quietly withdraw a huge chunk before anything is formalized or claim to a judge that this is his money. A judge would come down on him for either of those, but it's not uncommon. And then 4th, he says this is about financial control. It's not about how much are in his savings. It's about making sure she has barely enough money to live on and not enough money to escape.
Guys, I'm gonna do another PSA, public service announcement.
Yes.
Again, I don't want to shit on anyone's relationship. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I just want to say that, again, I kind of like mentioned it earlier, but it is so important to think of yourself. It's selfish. Like, you have to be selfish in this life, because at the end of the day, I've seen, and I'm sure we all have, I'm sure you guys have seen this, countless stories, countless things happen where one partner, man or woman, it can be either person, or man or woman or whatever these days, where one person manipulates that other person, puts them in a financial nightmare stress situation, and walks away. You know, you see it time and time again where, you know, and you can get the courts involved and you can try to get some support, but we all know these are lengthy process and you don't always necessarily win. So like, the smartest advice that I can give anybody ever is that with these kind of things, don't just blindly trust your partner. I know that sounds really bad. Like, you want to trust your partner, but like, you know, people are shady. Like, they are. Yeah. And like, as much as you don't want to believe that your partner would ever do anything like that because you love them so much and they love you, you just, you know what? I'm not saying that you have to have doubt in the back of your mind all the time. I'm just saying that don't have the doubt. Like, I'm going to trust my partner. Yeah. But I'm also going to keep my shit separate. Yes. So like, you know, and it has nothing. It's same with those people that, like, you know, you get into a marriage and let's say you have a lot of assets, right? Yeah. You go into that marriage with someone else that doesn't have any assets and you want to get a prenup.
Sign a prenup.
There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you're not necessarily trusting that person. It's just an in case, right? Like, it's an in case situation, which I guess some people would argue that means you don't trust them, but I think you're just covering your bases.
Yes.
You know?
It's like we don't live in fairy tale land.
Exactly. We don't live in a Disney movie anymore, guys. It's not like some people Prince Charming.
Insane.
People like, honestly, go on like any of those shows, like fucking Judge Judy or whatever this shit is, all of those things. And you see
fucking icon.
I know.
Judy.
Oh fuck, I love Judge Judy so much. Oh, she just cracks me up. I could watch her all day, every day. I used to watch reruns. I used to watch her like back-to-back episodes. Fuck, I love Judge Judy. But I think we're what do they say? Like, if you see examples of things so many times over and over and over and over and over again, you have to think to yourself in the back of your mind, it could happen to me.
But the problem is people just think that they're always the exception.
Yeah.
People think that, oh, it's not going to happen to me.
Yeah. See, and I think maybe this is where like
that's the delusion.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry. That's where I draw a hard, fast line. I don't care. Someone could come and sweep me off my feet and maybe I'll do some other stupid shit. But when it comes to like the finances and everything else.
Well, what if he's richer than you? Would you sign a prenup?
Yes.
Or would you want to have a prenup?
I mean.
What if he's like richer than you? He's like, oh, we don't need a prenup.
Oh, okay, sure. I'm looking out for myself. Yeah. You know,
like, okay, I'm gonna because you know that's what you want.
Because you know, if I'm with him, I'm gonna get used to a certain level of lifestyle,
exactly,
which I'm gonna want to maintain when I leave. No, but like I think it's just like, again, covering your bases. I would say to him, "You're being an idiot." I mean, I wouldn't tell him, but like, you know, in the back of his mind, he should want to cover his own basis. You know, like maybe I'm a cheating, lying whore. Who knows? You know.
And on that positive note, guys, what is the moral of the story? Sign a prenup.
Yes.
Keep your own money separate.
Yeah.
Don't trick your stupid partner into eating a vegan meal, but also maybe date better people.
Don't have a huge wedding. Okay. Go elope. Okay. It was saved from the wedding drama.
Talk to your fucking friend if you are having issues without being petty.
Yes. Communication in all of these situations is key.
There you go. Life lessons from Rose and Daniel.
Yes, I love it. I love it a lot.
And guys, remember, sign up for the email updates.
Link in the show notes.
Yes, link in the show notes. Link below for you guys to get the details of the trip. Yeah. They will be coming shortly, so you'll get a notification. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see you in Bali
and
and
guys,
or Thailand.
Honestly, think about how much fun you're going to have with me
Guys,
and Rose.
we're a fucking hoot.
Yes.
Okay? Me by myself, I'm pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with me as well.
But
God damn.
It's double the trouble.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe there'll be some friendship drama between us on the
Oh,
trip,
God
Rose.
damn.
God damn. See it firsthand. God damn. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Make sure you give us the big thumbs up. And of course, follow us on whatever podcast platform you listen to.
Yep.
Give us a little rating. Those help us a lot.
5 stars.
And then, of course, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The SaVeg Podcast.
And don't forget to check out our Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/The SaVeg Podcast. You get all content a week early before everyone else. It's all ad free. And also, we do an exclusive bonus episode every single month.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.